Hello, students. My name is Nancy Delgado. I am from Monterrey, Mexico. So my city or my hometown is in the north of Mexico. I am an English teacher, and it's a pleasure being here. I want to tell you about my family. I'm married, and I have 2 children. One of them is 13, and my other kid is 17. Okay?
Thank you.
Ma'am, I am Roshni, an 8th grader from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. My question is, how do you English language for your students?
Ask again.
How I teach English to my students.
How do you teach English language for your students?
All right. Well, that's a very interesting question. What I do is I have a small school. I own a small school. This is an ESL school, or a school to teach English to the little ones, or students like your age. So what I do is they come to my small school twice a week. Hello, they come to the school twice a week, on sometimes Mondays and on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Some other students come on Saturday morning. Some students come on Saturday afternoon. And I have a small groups. So my groups are, like 10 students, the max. And I do a lot of activities, like we have a warm-up. And I also show like something that is interest for him, and then we focus on that, or sometimes we focus on a celebration or something, and that's how I start teaching grammar and vocabulary and lots of things to my students. And we usually have a lot of fun. We play a lot of games, and we have a lot of speaking. It's not like following a book or working on books, but we have a lot of interaction, speaking.
Yes.
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
This is Subramanya Srinivas, a 7th grade student from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. Now, I would like to ask a question. Can I ask, ma'am?
Yes, of course.
What is Mexico famous for?
Okay. Mexico is very famous because, people are very noisy. We talk a lot and we laugh a lot. Laugh like ha, 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 ha. We have a lot of fun, okay? So this is when we talk about the personality, how we are. We are very expressive. And talking about other things like cultural things, is that for the food. So Mexico is very famous for tacos. So what we eat are tortillas, and we make tacos. We put food inside a tortilla, and we also have parties all the time. We party a lot, fiestas, celebrations, dances, music, mariachis. Mexico is very famous for mariachis.
So, Mexican people are the people of party. Should we say like that?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
My name is Farina. I am 8th grade and I am from Z.P.H.S Ilavaram. Here my question is, what is the role of English language in Mexico schools?
Oh, wow. It's very important. Like our students have to study English. You know why? Because we are very, very close to North America. Do you know North America? Yes, the United States of America.
Yes, they are.
So they speak English. They are our neighbors. So we have to learn. So the role of English in the schools is very important, okay? So it's mandatory to learn English.
Nancy, recently I have been to USA, the part of the Arkansas, the state, and where I met many Mexican people, in fact, and they told me that many Mexicans are working in this part, and not just Arkansas, and many parts of USA. So,
Oh, yeah.
yes, do the Mexicans immigrate to the USA because the advantage that you have is close to your border?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is the everyday issue for America. You know, there are lots of immigrants that they want to go to have a better life in North America, you know? And yeah, it happens all the time. And this is like, you know, the American dream.
Sri, I am an 8th grader from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. Would you allow me to ask you a question?
Yes, of course, Ainaga.
Do you use technology well in teaching English?
Well, okay, let me tell you. I will tell you three things. First of all, I'm gonna talk about public schools. All right. So if we talk about public schools or rural schools, technology, we don't have much technology, okay? But if we focus, can I share a screen, sir?
Yes, Nancy.
Okay, here is a picture of a public school. So we have no technology at all, but we also have the private school, and they use a lot of technology. They have, like, you know, very good brand computers, and they use technology and stuff like that. But let me tell you, I'm going to stop sharing. In my school where I teach, the school that I own, it's a small place, and we don't have much technology. So we just use like a big screen, and we use our laptop. Obviously, we have Wi-Fi, and we use that to teach English, to show the students some pictures or to watch some videos. But this is what we do.
Yes.
Sainaga.
Nancy, I have a question related to this school system prevailing in your country. So what schools do the parents of the children prefer in your country?
Of course,
Public
they
system
prefer.
or private system?
Oh, of course, sir. We all prefer private system, but you know what? It's very expensive. Okay. So many people can't pay that much money. So
Yes.
that's why most of Mexicans are in public schools. They study in public schools.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do you think that the medium of instruction is same in public and private, and do they have the medium of instruction only in English and he just like in public system?
No, it's much better in public schools. No, I'm sorry. It's much better in private schools, because the level in public schools is not so good. Like, any person or any teacher can teach English, even though if they don't speak English very well, they teach English, okay? And Leah, my student, is here, and she can tell you how things are in public schools.
Wow.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, please allow that girl to speak something.
Leah, would you explain how the public system or how the English classes in public schools are?
Yes. Well, our English teacher in my public school doesn't know a lot of English, but she teaches anyway. And I think sometimes she says wrong words, but we only have 2 English teachers. The first teacher is for first, second, and third grade, and the second teacher is for fourth, 5th, and 6th grade. We only have 2 teachers, and they both don't know lots of English, but they still teach us anyway.
Wow. So I was completely spellbound the way that you are pronouncing the words, just like a native speaker. I think I must say that your English teacher is responsible for your command in English. I think you are far better than any other English teacher, even in your country too.
Sir, she is. She
Yes.
is. Let me tell you something. You know
Yes.
why? You know why students come to my small place to learn English? Because they want to know a little bit more. Because at the schools, they don't learn anything, okay? And we give that service.
Yes,
We give that
absolutely.
service, yeah.
Absolutely. You are doing
Yeah.
amazing job. I think your student is one just example how great service you are rendering to your students. Thanks to your service. So
Thank you.
one of my student is waiting for the question. Meghana, are you still there to ask a question?
Can I ask, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm
This is
good.
Meghana.
Thank you.
This is Meghana. I am an 8th grader. Here, my question is, what subjects are taught in Mexico?
Okay. First of all, before I answer your question, let me tell you that I love your name. Megana sounds very, very cool. I like it. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Let me tell you the subjects that we teach in schools, like in junior high school or middle school. Of course, it is Spanish, and they learn I don't know, Cesar, can you help me with this question, please? Cesar
So what?
is another
Yes.
student.
What subjects are taught in your schools?
Cesar, let's go.
Yeah.
So the question was which subjects we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in my case, I'm in middle school right now, and the subjects that I have it's biology. I have English, Spanish. I have, let me remember, math. Obviously, I have, oh my god, robotics. Is that I am in a private school, so we use technology. We have German. That's very curious because in Mexico it's not like so common to have a third language in school. That actually was very surprising for me. I didn't expect that. I have music, and that's what I remember. I think I have a little bit more, but I don't remember it all of them.
Wow, your English also super.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And,
One more is like ethics. They have
yeah.
ethics,
Ethics.
arts,
I
technology.
forgot them. Yeah,
And,
ethics and art and
yes.
work history. Yeah, history.
Total, how many subjects do you guys learn there? How many subjects?
Sorry, I didn't got it. Can you repeat the question, please?
Total, how many subjects do you guys learn there? How many?
Like in the chat, yeah, like 10, I think.
10. Okay. So Nancy, I
Yeah.
have a question for you. And your student has just mentioned that they're also learning the robotics. So robotics, artificial intelligence are the two subjects are most of the schools, irrespective of the continents and countries, everybody they are trying to include in their curriculum. So do you have this robotics even in public schools in Mexico, other than the private schools?
No way. No. That's not possible in private schools, but I'm sorry, in public schools. In public schools, no way possible. But you know what parents do? They pay like private small academies or schools, like, oh, my son is in a public school. They don't learn that, but I want him or I want her to learn robotics. So they take him to an academy, and that's what I do.
Okay.
They pay.
Yes. Thank you.
My name is Sheikh Husnia. I am a 6th grader. Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Of course, Hasnia, yeah.
What is school year like in Mexico?
Okay, the school year is, we start the school year in August, like in the middle of August, And then in December, we have a break. We have a 2-week break. And then we go back to school in January. And then we have another break in the springtime, okay, that we have other 2 weeks. And then we go back to school again, and we got our longer vacations, the longest vacations in summer, which is in July. So we finished the school year in July.
Teaching English language, we have many updated trends are going on at present. So unless we update our knowledge in English from time to time, we can't teach English effectively to the students. So today your students are able to speak English quite fluently, thanks to your efforts. So as a teacher, so we also should learn the English language or the many words or many things almost every day. So in India, we have some orientation classes for the students, for the teachers, especially to upgrade our professional skills from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have such
Yeah.
sessions for teachers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For example, I'm going to tell you about my small academy. Yes, we have some sessions to teach our teachers, to train our teachers how to teach, you know, techniques, methodology, pedagogy, etc. But let me tell you, it doesn't happen in public schools. All right. As Leah told you, you know that the teacher, sometimes the Spanish teacher or the history teacher teaches English and they have no idea, okay? So, but in private schools, yes, we have a training, or teachers do have a training. Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yes.
What languages are taught in Mexico? In India, we have 3 languages. One is our mother tongue, and another one is national language, Hindi, and third one is English.
Oh.
So yes, these 3 languages students here learn. So how about there?
Wow, you are super lucky. Let me put it in the chat. You guys are very lucky that you're learning 3 languages. Wow, I'm really impressed. So in Mexico, it's just like Spanish. Yeah, English. Yes, it is necessary. We study English, but it's not. I can't tell you that, oh, yes, sir, every Mexican speaks English and Spanish. No way. So we are in that process. You know, teachers are making a big effort to teach the new generations. It's not easy. It's not easy. But yes, officially, it's only Spanish.
Okay. So do students that come to school in Mexico wear the uniform? Do you have the uniform?
Oh, yeah. Can I share a screen?
Yeah, please.
All right. Yes, I want to show you. Can you see it now? Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
All right, very good. So, for example, this is a typical uniform of a private school. This is a winter uniform, yes. And girls wear something like this. Sometimes Leah comes to my extra school classes to my school wearing her uniform because she finishes classes around 5 or 5:15 and she runs to my school still wearing her uniform. Okay, so yeah, this is a typical uniform for public schools. Okay, like the boys they have to wear a tie, a white shirt, you know, pants, black shoes, and the girls, they wear a skirt, a vest. Here is a photo of some students in a public school. Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, So students have to wear a uniform, and you know what? Many students don't like it. They want to wear whatever they want, but no way, it's not possible.
Yes. So in India, especially in my region, the government, local government provides everything for the students. And it provides the free uniform, free textbooks, and free meal. And in addition to that, apart from that, the government, local government provides the some 15,000 rupees to each and every student if he comes to school regularly. So as an incentive. So
Wow.
yes, so we have so many incentives for the students that come to public schools. Do you have such incentives provided by the local government?
Oh, no. I am totally surprised of what you're saying. So even though it's a public school, parents have to buy the uniforms. The government they do not provide it to the students.
Mhm.
No, so you are very blessed.
Actually, in fact, what I am trying to ask you that, so the textbooks printed are designed by your local government or education department. So once they design the textbooks, how long your schools use these textbooks before they get updated or before they are changed? So in India, we have the textbooks almost for 10 years time. So some textbooks they update from 3 years span, they change the textbook and another new textbook comes in the place of the old one. So do you have such changes?
Yeah. Very similar to India. I understand now. Yeah, they do the same.
Okay. So who designs the textbooks in your country?
The government. The government. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So do you take the collaboration of the foreign universities or the teachers of English sit together and design the curriculum or the textbook?
Yeah, some schools do this, like the English, the English teachers, they design the textbook of English, and sometimes some schools, they prefer to use the books from, Pearson or McGraw-Hill.
Okay. So do you have the lesson plans that you need to prepare every day to teach the lessons English? But you have just told me that every subject teacher can teach English. They have the liberty to teach this subject. So if your teacher wants to teach English, does he supposed to prepare a lesson plan to teach that?
Exactly. Yes, I provide a book. Like, okay, this is a book that we're going to use, and you're going to start with lesson 1, and the teachers, they have to do, as you said, a lesson plan for today, for example. And yeah, they have to do it, follow the lesson plan. But you know what, sir? Actually, I am kind of very free, like freestyle in this way. I can't follow a lesson plan. Like, of course, I respect the content. Okay, if today I have to teach should and shouldn't, all right, I will respect that, but I'm going to set up lots of things to teach should and shouldn't, all right? And I promise you that I'm going to give you results.
Wow.
Okay, but in my way, I'm not going to follow a lesson plan. It's so hard for me. But this is what the teachers usually do.
Yes, only creative teachers think out of box and they don't frame themselves within a framework and they just go beyond that framework. That's what exactly you are doing.
Exactly.
Yes. How the teachers are selected to teach at public system? Do you have any systematic or logistics to select the teachers based on their performance and the merit and the marks? And so what aspects do you take into consideration before selecting the teachers?
Yeah, of course, they have to have a degree of course, a diploma. They have to finish their studies before being a teacher in a public school. And also they have to take like lots of diploma courses, and they are supposed to have like a they take a psychologist test too. And actually in public education, the new teachers don't have to have experience. It doesn't matter if you just have finished your career and you have diplomas, but if you have no experience, that's okay, no problem, go ahead, you got a job. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this is how it works. But
So, yes, please go ahead.
but for example, if we talk about English teachers, they don't pay a lot of attention. That's why it's like the quality is very, very low. It's not so good because there are no filters. So if my English is not good, or if I don't have a degree or a diploma course, it doesn't matter. Just come and just read a book or something. All right. That is a problem in public schools, but in private schools, so they are very strict when they select the teachers. Of course, they have to have a very good English, like fluency, and they have to be very dynamic and have a very good pedagogy to teach and lots of stuff.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, and I am so thankful to your students also.